Let's do this. Oh, what's up, everybody? It's me, San Martin. I am on the scene here at Prescott Executive Studio in Prescott, Arizona. I always want to say it's downtown Prescott, Arizona, but whatever. It's so small, it could be still downtown, whatever. Anyways, guys, I am going to be sharing with you guys some things that are happening, as you've probably seen in the description, whether it be up here or down here. Let's get this party started, and this is how we do it. Look at this. We're just chiefing it up right here. All right, guys. So I got my pink the Prescott Times News Army shirt on. I just want to let you guys know that we are trying to get rid of these shirts in order for you guys to be a part of the News Army. So if you guys want to be a part of it, just message us and see what's up. But guess what, guys? I have another guest here at the Prescott Times studios. Well, actually, the Prescott Executive Studios, but the Prescott Times is involved. And we want to let you guys know what's going on. So without further ado, tell everybody who you are and what makes you famous.
Thank you so much for having us, San Martin. We appreciate the Prescott Times for giving us a little time here. My name is Ryan Hart. I run Quad City Flag Football. It's a flag football league, ages 4 to 15. Come out and play. We're going into our second season. We just started, and we just like to see the kids get out there and play and get coached and get better as people, and build themselves through sports
and have like a camaraderie. I mean, okay, so when we were in high school or junior high or even elementary, we loved to do flag football. It was like a best PE scenario ever.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
And we were like, don't cheat. You can't tie that on. You can't tie.
Yeah.
It brings back so many awesome memories.
I remember.
What makes you want to be a part of this? I guess it's a sport. It's an extra sport now, right?
It really is. That's a great question. It all comes from the passion that our family kind of had. My dad grew up, playing football, loving football. He's a Prescott native. Rod Hart, a lot of people still know him and who he is and what he did here. But even growing up in Prescott as a boy, where I was born, we would throw the football all the time, and I always had a passion for playing sports and being with my dad. And quick story about the PE aspect of this. It was always fun when we were playing PE. I remember a story in 6th grade that technically the rules were your flag had to come off before you were down, right? So one time I fell down and I just kept rolling towards the end zone. And the PE teacher, I'll never forget it. She was laughing so hard. She said, "Just keep rolling, Ryan." And finally, some kid came and bent down and pulled my flag up. But that's what I remember is all the good times in the competition, right? So now I got 2 kids. I got a 13-year-old girl. Speaking of flags being a real sport, it's a high school girls flag football AIA sanctioned sport now.
And you're actually running that program, right? Currently?
Yep. I'm the head coach at Prescott High School. So it's brought me, full circle as a family activity. And as a dad, I got to talking to Prescott High School. And we actually have our first scrimmage officially today against Bradshaw and Mare later today. So that'll be fun. I'm doing that. So we're really into flag football. My kids really engaged in what they were doing. They're getting better. They've been playing for many seasons. I want 8 or 9 seasons now. So
that's so cool.
My little boy loves it, and they just enjoy it. So it's a great time for the whole family.
So you're only for the Gridiron, the Quad City Flag, powered by the Gridiron. It's only for ages 8 and 14, or
4 to 15.
4 to 15. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Are you going to be maybe hosting some adult stuff like Prescott Rec type of stuff? Like, how they do the softball, the basketball, volleyball leagues?
That's a good question. I kind of want to do a coaches and referees tournament at the end of our season. That would be fun, where the adults can have some fun. But no, we're really focused on the kids. I know the YMCA has that. One of my assistant coaches at the high school plays in the YMCA adult rec league too.
Okay, so there is one.
There is one, yeah. And the YMCA does a great job with all the programs that they do. I know a lot of kids that we have in our league that also played in the summer in the YMCA. So it's another chance for them to play more of the year using their energy and their enthusiasm for flag football. But no, we don't have an adult program. We just focus on the kids and having a great time with Gridiron.
Okay, so when you decided to go ahead and just kind of like go full force on this, what was the driving act? Is it just because you're your children involved? You were involved. What was the driving act?
That's a really great question. So we relocated, right? So we spent our last 10 years down in Scottsdale, which is where we found Gridiron. So there's a well-established Gridiron down there. They got 500 or 600 kids playing, and that's how my kids got involved. And I ended up coaching in that particular league down there. And then we were going to move to Prescott here back in August of 23, which obviously we did. But at that point, the kids were like, hey, what are we going to do about flag football? And we were looking and Googling and like, oh, I don't know. There's a YMCA league, but they only play like 6 weeks in the summer. And I just couldn't tell my kids, well, there's no gridiron flag football or no extended season, more substantial sports for them that they loved. And I got in touch with Gridiron headquarters in Texas. They do a great job managing leagues all over the country now. And they said, hey, we don't have a league up there. Would you like to start one? And so I sat my kids down. We talked to the family and said, we're going to start flag football. And that's what we did. And they help run it. They help manage it. They help do little things behind the scenes. My wife is fully involved, even though she's got a full-time job as a principal too. And we just make it happen. You know, we decided as a family we're going to do it. Do it for the kids, not just for our kids, but for everybody's kids that haven't had a chance.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, let's just face it. Sometimes when mom and dad, or maybe mom more to less, no offense, women, but you guys have a little bit of sympathy. Like, I don't know if I want my children to be out there with the you know, the full on tackle and you know, impacts and you know, all the stuff that every parent would probably worry about. My dad didn't worry about it. He's like, get out there, son. And I would cry. He's like, get back out there. He's like, you know, go for it. But you know, this is a different alternative, you know, for I mean, it's not completely safe because you still are you know, still enduring yourself. And I mean, you could pull some stuff. You could go ahead and I actually was doing, I don't think it was tackle. Maybe it was a little bit of tackle, but you know, I had a fairly big guy just roll my knee, man. And it was the worst. It wasn't even tackle. So I was like, you know, it could still be, you know, physically challenging. And okay, the reason why you are here and the reason why we are on board, because we really honestly do want to go ahead and support the youth, but we are also knowing that you are starting the fall season has already started.
Yep.
Can people still sign up now, or what are your needs and ask for this season currently?
Well, what we want to do, a lot of our tackle programs that participated in the spring, they're doing their tackle thing this season. But what we want to do is grow the participant base outside of the tackle programs and people that maybe are a little hesitant about going and playing tackle football and taking those types of risks. And not that there's no chance of getting hurt in flag football. It's still football at the end of the day, right? So what we want to do is really lay the groundwork for people to know who we are, where we are, how they can find us. And maybe like we have 17 teams right now that we just started. Last week was our first week.
17.
So it's
how many people are on a team?
It can vary from about 6 up to 10. So it's 5-on-5 football, right? So some of the teams have 11 kids. That's a little big for a 5-man roster. You want everybody to get playing time, but it's averages about 8 kids per team.
What would be the ultimate goal? Like, you know, you said that down in Scottsdale, they have over
500,
500 members.
Yeah.
And that it consists of how many teams?
Well, let's see. They probably have,
I mean, if we did like 10
60
people, you know, 50 to 60 people,
they probably
60
have
teams.
60 teams.
And in the same age bracket?
No, they'd be evenly distributed from 6U all the way up to 15U.
Okay.
So
what does the U stand for?
That's like 15 and under or 6 and under.
Okay.
So if you're 4, 5, and 6, you play in that 6U. And then you're 7 and 8, you play in the 8U. That's kind of how that works.
Okay.
All the way up to the 15U. So this season, we have, like I said, 17 teams, but we'd love to have 30, 40, 50 teams by the time we're all said and done, because in the spring we go hard. We go double days on the weekends. We have Saturdays all day in Prescott. Then we go to Prescott Valley and we do Sunday afternoons from 1 to 5.
Oh,
so that's a lot of game field, a lot of game time, and we could field up to 50 to 60 teams in our league in those spring times. So we'd love to see everybody out there playing, having a great time.
I'm going to go ahead and pop up an actual image right here.
Sure.
Let's talk a little bit about what's on this image right here. Is this for the fall season or for the signups and stuff?
Yeah, this is our sign up flyer. This is our promotional item that we get to everybody. And just so you know, that coupon code that's on the side there for everybody that sees it, no matter what season you sign up for, we made that an indefinite coupon code. So you can always save $20 on your registration. We do early bird specials and stuff like that too. If you get in early, you can use this code and you can get early bird and like $40, $50 off total. So this is our promotional flyer that we like to see out on social media and also in physical form in different places for everybody to understand that we play in Prescott and Prescott Valley. You get, when you register, you get your uniform, you get your flags, all that's included. And then the winners of the various divisions, they get rings and medals at the end of the season for winning the tournament bracket. So all that information is on there, and including our website. And of course, there's some really cool graphics there showing that it's not just for boys. It can be for girls too. And it's just a great time to get out there and run with the ball.
Sounds like a lot of fun. I mean, like literally,
Yeah.
it's like I wish that there was some more of that. And then, I mean, to be honest, I think it also helps out with people that are off season from, their natural football days and their, sports in general. It just keeps them active, keeps them going. And I believe that this one, and I mean, I could be totally wrong, it's a little bit more cost effective than most sports because let's just face it, the equipment for football or even baseball or I mean anything that has to have like a bunch of stuff with the bats, the helmets, the cleats and stuff. I mean, it seems like it's a little bit more cost effective.
Yeah, it really is. There's not a lot to buy as far as equipment goes, right? And we don't ask people to do fundraising. You don't have like your own little squad that goes out and has to raise money for equipment, things like that. Our money pays for fields, referees, which are not easy to get and they're expensive, and then our incidentals. And we also try to make it an excellent environment, right? So we got music, we got real nice, expensive speakers. We play music all day. We make sure we stock Gatorade and snacks for everybody and make sure that that's available for them. And we spend a lot of our time doing all that stuff. But, for between $139 and $179 per season, you get the 10-week season. You get that, including that last playoff tournament weekend. You get your uniform to keep, your flags to keep. And it's just not a real large burden when it comes to carrying a bunch of stuff around, buying a bunch of different things. You need your mouth guard, you need your cleats, and your water bottle, and that's what most people have.
In traveling, are you staying in the Quad City areas, or are you actually going outside of the city?
That's what's great about it is most of 99% of what we do will be inside of our Quad City area, so we can have good competition. For example, you could have a 10U like we do division. There's 6 teams in there. So they would play each other like in a round robin type of a format over the course of the season. And then based on their records, they get seeded into a playoffs at the end of the season. And they would just play in their own contained little division, right?
Wow.
But
that's cool.
We also have an opportunity to partner with teams that are out of Scottsdale, teams that are out of the Valley, and teams that are out of the Verde Valley. There's a guy over there that runs a flag football organization. He used to be around here. Shout out to Bruce with Primetime Sports. And some of our teams actually will do inter-squad travel. He'll include some of his teams in our days and then vice versa. So we can do that. We can travel a little bit, but it's not something where you have to plan on, being in the Valley all weekend, like if club softball or something like that.
A lot of people are just like, you want to go into softball, competitive softball?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of traveling. I mean, the room and board. I mean, and I'm not trying to deter anybody in general, but it seems like if you want to go ahead and help and keep everybody together and also be a part of actually what is going on is a sports type of thing.
Yeah.
This is a perfect little scene. So I got your website up right now.
Cool.
And it seems like the thing that is scrolling right now is there's a lot of ask right here. We have become a sponsor, and we also have become a coach.
Yes.
Are you looking for coaches?
Yeah, we're always looking for good coaches, and we do give a nice incentive for that, $99 a season for being a head coach, and you just get that either directly refunded to you, or you can apply it to the following season for your kid. So, our coaches are really volunteer. What can you do with $99 at the end of the day? But they put in a lot of work, and I've done that for a long time, and we appreciate our coaches very much, learning and helping all these kids grow. And another thing about playing locally is we know all these coaches. We become almost family as far as hanging out every Saturday for 10 weeks in a row. And then some teams will take a season off, but then they'll come back and then the same coach will coach again. So we're starting to build that. Only going into our second season, we've made a lot of great relationships with a lot of excellent people who really care about the kids. So it's a good thing.
And okay, so now you're also looking for sponsors. I see that scrolling on there as well.
Yep.
Is the sponsorship open as well?
Yeah. So we're always looking for sponsors, and we do the basic normal stuff where you get a banner and you get a little graphic on our website, and you get a social media shout out. Those types of things for various sponsorship levels. We've gotten, 4 or 5 different individual businesses that have sponsored us, including the Prescott Times, which is wonderful. And we've got Rayburn and Mortensen here locally. They fitted the entire league with mouth guards here last week. They let everybody come in, offered that for free. As a service to the kids. So shout out to them. All the businesses that sponsor us, we really appreciate them. And we're always looking for somebody to sponsor. You can, help us out with $350 all the way up to like a multiple season Super Bowl sponsorship where you get a championship field named after you and all that stuff, which is, the more expensive $1,500 end. But again, all that money goes to run the league and make sure that these kids have an excellent, fun experience and that they grow.
That is huge, man. And it's all right here in local Prescott Valley and Chino Valley. This is amazing, guys. And it's also something that, you could go ahead and get your children in. And if they're very active and, you kind of want to go ahead and weigh out some differences, here's an alternative. And it also builds team. Totally. I think team spirit is a huge thing. I was talking to the Prescott Police Department and the Prescott Valley Police Department, telling them, you guys should come out and be coaches, because we had the police athletically, and we had the police come in, and they were our coaches, they were our mentors, they were our leaders, there were people that were actually trying to help us to understand what it is to take to raise children, because it takes a tribe. Let's just face it. We have a lot of people in our community involved, and I think that having a coach for a sports team is one of the most significant pieces of my life.
Absolutely.
When I was younger and doing PAL, it was like that's one of my greatest memories with all of my friends that I ended up accumulating at that point in time. They're still my friends to this day.
Yeah.
Like, it means a lot. These sports mean a lot. So this is one of the reasons why we are involved, and we want to go ahead and reach out to as many children as possible. So if you guys see this, everything that's been scrolling on the bottom right here is for you guys, so you guys could go ahead and contact Ryan and everybody that's over there at the Gridiron. And which is it, Gridiron?
Yeah, it's Quad City Flag is our particular sector of it, but it's all
Quad
under the
City
Gridiron.
Flag. Okay,
yep.
Quad City Flag, and reach out to them and let's get your children up and running. If not today or not this season, get them ready up for next season, or just go ahead and put it into your filing cabinet and say maybe next year this is what's going to happen. But there's still opportunity. So if you guys want to be a part of it.
The early bird opens in November for the spring season, when the spring season will start there at the end of March. So that registration's coming up. Reach out, ask any questions you have. Happy to chat with all the families and the parents. And you're right. Just to recap what you said really quick, the team aspect of it is huge. And you don't have to have flag football talent to come play flag football, right? Mm-hmm. You could be a soccer player. You could be a baseball player coming up as a kid and come out and you have some uncovered talent that you didn't know you had, right? So there's a lot of kids that play it for the first time. They have a great time. They get better really quickly. So give it a shot. Come out and reach out and we'll help you get started.
Sounds like a lot of fun, and seems like everything is flying pretty decent. And this is your first season?
We just started our second. So our spring of 24 was the first season. So this is our second season. We're feeling pretty good about it.
And it's growing pretty fast.
It's exciting. The word of mouth is getting out there. So we're getting a lot of contact from people that are hearing about who we are.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about, guys. And if you guys want to go ahead and know more, I've been scrolling all the information on the bottom. So just do a pause on the video and take down all the information and get a hold of Ryan as soon as possible to go ahead and get your kids involved.
Give us a call.
If there's anything last minute things that you want to say, because we all got things to do. I gotta go.
Hey, I think that's it. We're busy. Our family says we're better when we're busy. I know you're busy. I'm busy. We got to go get going, but give us a call if you want to get involved in flag football. It's a lot of fun.
Guys, with that being said, I'm out of here. Peace, love, and happiness. Let it not be war. And remember, love always wins. We'll catch you guys later.
Thanks, buddy.
Bye-bye.